You know,
Exactly.
they're giving you a warm greeting. So even if I'm not Jewish, I'll be like, thank you. You know, you too, and keep it
Exactly.
moving. It's not gonna like end my day like, oh my God, you told me Happy Hanukkah and I'm not
Nah.
Jewish.
Nah. And it's, I got friends up in Oregon who went and spent, Hanukkah with one of their friends. They did a little videotaping of it and stuff like that. Just because you're not that religion doesn't mean that you got to be a jackass about it. Somebody comes up and says Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, or whatnot to you, and you don't support that religion, that's fine. Say thank you. Just like Aaron said, say thank you. Appreciate it. You too. Just let that be the end of it. Wow. But, I mean, this, who knows what the kid's parents was like. We don't know what they were teaching him. We don't know what their home life was like or anything like that real deep yet.
Let me say this. Like, this case, obviously, he was adopted. His parents died. So, it's hard to really dig into this. But my first thought before I found all that out was like, kids who have love at home, who are showing compassion and are given attention daily. And, because as a parent, I talk to my kids every single day. I show them, I tell them I love them every day. And we go through many scenarios all the time, and we talk about it. And kids who are shown love and compassion at home, they don't do this stuff. Because they understand what they're doing to other people. They may get upset, they may throw tantrums, they may get in fights. But this is like on a whole nother level, and this is, like I said, to me it starts at home. It really starts at home, and obviously this kid had an unfortunate situation. I'm not sure what happened to his biological parents, and having, probably the only people that he had, his only connection that he had, his adopted parents, and they were both, they both died, I guess, at least his mother died in the last year, and his father a long time ago,
And see, these are kids that we should be humbling around, man. This had so much loss in their life. Growing up at that early of an age, having that much loss, that's not normal. That is just not normal. I mean, we're not living back in the 1700s to where men's expectancy of life was like 45 to 50 years old. That amount of loss in life, where it'd be parents and shit like that, man, it's just, it'll fuck a kid up in the head. And that's where we need to be mega, mega supportive. Counseling this shit sucks, but
everybody's so afraid to speak on mental illness. Mm-hmm. Like, let's be honest. After a school shooting, it's easy for us to open up and be like, like, look at things. When we start talking about, this is my personal opinion, so I want to state that on your show. But it's like, when we start talking about transgenderism, like, normal people do not want to just cut off their genitals and mutilate their genitals. In America, we made it to where it's
it's okay,
perfectly okay, and it's like, no, it has to, it's a mental illness. You want to mutilate your body, and everybody's so afraid to say that. Like, even me coming on right now and trying to say this, it's like, but we have to look at the whole aspect of our culture in America and what we're so afraid to talk about. And then when a school shooting, the first thing we want to do is blame guns.
Yeah, like, it's not guns. It's not the guns' problem. The guns didn't do shit. It's us as a society.
They go, well, America's the only ones that has this problem. Well, we have a lot more problems. And that's why. There's a lot going on in our country. That's why we have these problems. We also don't have people blowing up our fucking schools. Right. There's countries I can name that have problems with people, their schools getting blown up all the fucking time.
Yeah.
We don't have that issue. At least not yet.
No, thank God. And and you're right. You're right. It's not the guns, because the guns sure the hell ain't standing up and shooting herself. And yes, I'll be right there to say it beside you. It's not normal to chop your dick off and put on a coochie. It's not fucking normal. All right.
I mean, I like titties just as much as the next person, but I ain't trying to wear none.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, a guy can look at a woman's boobs and live an extra 10 to 15 years. It's been proven. Just saying, it's a happy moment in life.
Go save a life, show some titties.
You know what I'm saying? Save it. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. But I mean, for real. I mean, you know, it is an illness. It's not a disorder. It's an illness. Just like PTS, it's not a disorder. It's an illness. It's something that we gain over a period of time. And you're right. The country has made it to where it's okay for transgender to go on, but we as a society on every average day values. This is where people need to look. You don't see a country that's just straight gay and lesbian. You end up that way. Man and woman. There's men and women all over the world. Different countries. We look different because of our skin tone, how tall we are, if we're thin or thick. Whatever. We still bleed the same. We still put our pants on the same. We still get dressed the same. We all have to sit on the commode at least once a day. We're human. Be a part of the human race. If you're a man, be with a woman. If you're a woman, be with a man. You know, teach your kids right. Teach them responsibility.
It's like, and I want to make this clear that I'm not saying, like, when it comes to gay or lesbian, you know, that's been around forever. It has. People have been gay and lesbian forever. But chopping off mutilating your genitals, that's a whole different, to me, that's not the same thing. It's just, that's something recent. And, you know, to kind of put it in perspective, is like, we're a society where, where we look for acceptance and we look for justification. I'm going to give an example. If anybody has seen my Facebook or on Instagram or just seen a picture of me, the first thing you'll probably notice is a tattoo on my face.
Yeah, a little bird-looking thing.
You know, I spent many years where I was like, recently where I wish it wasn't there. You know, but when I was in my younger 20s, I was like, you know what, like, I want to get this because it'll remind me every day when I look in the mirror. It's going to motivate me that I have to go this much harder when I'm doing my music, because if I don't make something of myself, I'm fucked.
I hear you. Yeah, I was actually looking at that on your Instagram this morning, man. I popped up and seen where a couple you came through on a couple of posts and whatnot, and I was sitting there looking at it, I was like, yeah, and it's weird because here over the last few days, I've been telling my homeboy Shane down here, who's gonna his name's gonna be DJ Flip when we do DG Radio out on the in the community. But so man, we should go get face tattoos. I was like, dude, I'm so fucking down. I am so down. Let's do it. But he's like, no, man, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm like, why? Why can't you?
It's because once you get one on one side of the face, then it's like you feel uneven, so you want to get one on the other side just to even it out.
Yeah, and see, I was thinking about that too. I was like, I don't think I could just go one side of the face. I think I'd have to go both sides and them contemplate or complement each other. Maybe do a little, I don't know, man, some tribal stuff. I don't know, man. I don't know that I will do it, but I'm not afraid to do it. I'm not.
Well, let me tell you this, back to our point of what we're talking about is like when I first got my tattoo, before I got it, I asked the people around me that I trusted, and this is nothing against them. They were just supporting me. So, but I asked my dad and I talked to even my grandma, and they both didn't even object to it. And so I was like, well, shit, they think it's okay. I'm not even going to double think about it then. Fuck it, let's do it.
Right.
And before you knew it, I did it.
Right.
Like literally the next day. So my whole point is, if we don't step in and say something and object and tell people that, hey,
what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah, if you don't set up boundaries, then don't be upset when they're being, all the boundaries are being pushed every single day with something different, and it just, there's got to be a line drawn somewhere.
Well, tattoo...
Freedom isn't exactly freedom, like there's a limit to...
Exactly. You're right about that. There's a limit to what part?
Ronald with Mickey Mouse tattoo. Hey, I love Mickey Mouse. If you see my pictures, I'm always there. I always wear my Mickey Mouse jacket. So
this guy's lucky, man. He's all over. He's all over Disney World, Epcot Center, Orlando Magic basketball. He is living the high life down there right now. He is chilling. I would be too, man. I mean, moving to a new area and stuff like that, man. You got to go soak it up. I mean, I just like whenever I first moved up here to North Carolina, dude, I could not get the hell away from Carowinds. Carowinds was an every fucking day event. Going to ride roller coasters all day long. That's it.
Yeah, you know, I had never been to Florida until I moved here. Except for one trip to Disney World, but that was like 3 days and that was it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've gotten quite around. The other day, I think it was like Monday or Tuesday, I was in Jacksonville with Daniel from Grunt Style.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. I've never been to Jacksonville before, and I got to see the Jaguar Stadium. So it was really cool event, really cool experience. And I was in South Florida just last week. In fact, I ate at Fuddruckers in Coral Springs where that shooting happened. I actually just was there in that exact city, not even 5-6 days ago. So it's crazy, when stuff like this happens because it's really close to home,
It is, and that's something else too, man, is whenever we get that close and we find out, like, oh shit, it's this just happened and I was just there a few days ago. It's, Ryan, I got you a surprise tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, brother. But I mean, it is, there's been some crazy stuff. Like when Hugo hit and came up into Columbia, South Carolina, and up into the shores of North Carolina and stuff. There's kind of a few places that I've been the week prior to that. Actually being there in town and seeing some of these things, and then boom, it's just they're not there no more. And with the shooting and you being down there, man, it's. Sometimes it makes you think sometimes too, if I'd have been there, because there could have been anything I could have done, but that boy's mind just looked like it was so gone. But, it's just like you referring back to some of the things that we're talking about, getting tattoos on our faces and stuff. Some things have been around for a long period of time. Guns and tattoos are definitely two of them that have been around for centuries. Guns, hell, we could give our kids guns back in the day and be like, hey, I want nobody in this damn yard. Or, you know what? Why don't you go find something for dinner? Give a young man a shotgun or something, they go pick dinner and come back home. Tattoos have been around for centuries because of the Native Americans and the natives all over the world and stuff. Yes, I will say, to our kids, tattooing on your face, you shouldn't do unless you're in a position. You shouldn't do it unless, my personal opinion is, you don't do it unless you're in a position to where you don't have to worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate that I'm medically retired.
It's not even that, because, like, it's not even that. It just, you're always gonna, no matter what I do, you're gonna be self-conscious when you go into certain places, especially when, as you start moving up in the world and you're in different rooms with different people, you're always gonna be like, oh, he must be like what? He must be an entertainer or a rapper. Or, I get the same thing no matter where I go. Like, I feel the eyes. People might not say nothing either, but you feel it, and that's something you don't see when you're young and you don't care. And, you're in a different situation than you're going to be 10 years from now.
Right. What is it, Ryan? What you got on your left eye that can be covered up by clothing? That was a guy.
You got a butterfly tattoo. Just kidding.
You got the monarch butterfly, buddy? The butterfly.
That's the
butterfly.
The tramp stamp.
I hear you. So,
he's got a butterfly with forever yours on his lower back.
Oh, shoot. Ron, you look like you're the guy that knows what TCBY means. Just saying. George took good bad to the bone. Look at him trying to change subject. You can't change the subject on that, bro. You can't do that. So let's go on to a little bit brighter side of things. Tomorrow morning, the 3%er morning show will not be airing at 8 o'clock in the morning. It will be airing at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning with special guest DC Benny. Had a couple conversations with him yesterday. Everybody's stoked, pumped up about it, man. Told him, big thank you for coming on with us and chatting with us, man. We got I know me personally, man.